nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. Yes, it is. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. All right, nothing down to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always... The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it. You're a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist, like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding for quite a long, still ongoing. Now, finally, the pressure recedes. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. Oh no, it's happening again. You didn't catch it, and now there's a numbness in your... It's even worse this time. Maybe you should stop trying to... Still happening. Definite. Finally, the stabbing recedes. You could try doing it again to see how painful it gets. The switch must be broken, because nothing happens. The air in the room, a terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically... It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact. The lights are off. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor, as you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. This fan has 2 chained, or has it been consigned there as punishment? A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your fate, like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know. It's too late. Like an image on film. This fan has 2, or has it been a terrible mistake? It's just a little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable. The switch must be broken because nothing happens.
I don't know what to do.
The window stands broke. The morning light hurts your eye. The morning light hurts.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman. The young woman shakes her head slowly.
No. You're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. No. You see, that's not what you said. Come on, man. Freddie, please.
Don't back down now. Say what you said again. Proudly.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Don't be. It was funny. And anyway, who gives a...
She appears to genuinely want you to understand it's okay.
So what if you can't pull grade A pussy anymore? There are other things in life. More meaningful, more fitting for a man your age. This is Fata Morgana. One thing, though. It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door does not care. This door can only be opened with a key or from the... Still no arm. Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it. The murmur in your ears recedes slowly. You're breathing. There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminate. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are. Good, they're balanced, comfy. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seat. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop. Yes, you are. A real... What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike. You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to. No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. Most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the...
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know...
There's something there, and it's not good. That's all you know for now.
sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is
where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will. But first, we have to take it down. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
a painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that, so cigarettes will have to do.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to? You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides.
Your advances haven't thrown her off one bit. In another place and time, she would have probably welcomed your attention.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time. Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic. I hope not. Although the work you are doing for all of us is quite dangerous.
Towering over her in your insignia, you make her feel safe.
Actually, this machine is broken. That's quite all right. I'm used to people.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Oh my. You know where we are, right? Now. We are live in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags. And the whirling itself is, yes, and Revachol? How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Nope, sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven. Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Someone more educated in sweeping, Matt.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then, I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though, of course, dear. Good luck.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me?
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective, I have everything. You?
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? She went away because none of your business. Oh my God, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it.
Maybe it's he who's obsessed with this Sylvie person. Certainly.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard. The prey drive says.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't appreciate this. What is this? Do I have to answer him? Is this mandatory?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression unreadable.
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
He ignores you.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Ah!
You're running like the wind. Then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger, furiously, with both hands. Why?
Oh my god! This is ridiculous. Oh my god, I want to say number 3 so bad. What do I do?
Watch out!
Everything goes dark.
Back so soon. Admit it, you just missed the quarter light. The darkness on the edge of town. I was wrong to let you go. I should have kept you here. Is it bright where you are? Is it terrifying? Have you felt...
It doesn't look so, sweetie. Are you okay?
No, you have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain.
Ma'am, are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. He just tripped over my chair.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place. The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square. Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by... And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be... You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
Be right back.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? A lot. For the room and broken window, 100 real. Like what? I was rarely in... What thing? What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loud... They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
He hates the union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to pay.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
The door is closed. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a... He doesn't like where this is going. You should punch a fucking hole in it. The murmur in your ears recedes slowly. You're breathing.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines, a security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you...
Cut this boring stuff off immediately. You know what this case is about.
Yes, it just so happens there's a beautiful blonde 19-year-old woman at the heart of this case. A rich one, in fact, part of a murder sex cult. That's commendable.
He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit. Then hit him with it.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such a...
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Good.
What if you did it? Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing. And you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape. No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy. Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. If you insist. What do you want to know? No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
Something the matter?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it. If the lieutenant were an evil man, fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. What? Think?
The lieutenant produces his small blue. That's where his conversations with himself take place. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite.
He's glad to have shut down your question.
That's correct.
That makes him a Binoclard. Completely uncopped material, if you say so yourself.
Are they? They are mostly...
You could use a good, normal peer yourself.
Good. Let's change the subject.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the lift. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the no... How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a... Or you could not do that. No one is making you. Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be... Plus, smoking them gives door is closed. This door can... On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
No words, just a primordial scream.
Why the yelling, man? Wait, what? No, it was just...
Officer, even after a rude awakening, this dock worker respects the police more than they usually do, at least.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? Good. We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pine. For one, I could use some more shut-eye in the mornings. Right to work, right to sleep, I say. Nate got it. Majorette's got it. He's guarding the gate. I just getting some sleep.
The way he says Measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess. He seems like a worthy rival. You should slay him.
We are the workers, the union. Okay, I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. No, thank God, no.
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from...
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir.
A little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone.
Yeah, what about it? You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs. If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern? I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
You have a pretty solid feeling that the man's not just mouthing off. He's strong, but even he has reasons to be...
They say your guy was a killer. Your tree man. He has friends, same as him, callers. There's only one thing. You heard what I said. Draw your own...
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook. So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even Sleepy Hair. This doesn't help a lot.
Indeed. Help yourself to some... Wait. No. Ugh.
The dock worker doesn't. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you... Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. Or calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter. but only a little, then out of the window again.
What are you doing? We should move.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for.
Hello again, sweetie. Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that? From where I was standing, it looked like you were about to pull out 2 guns, but drew out 2... oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth. You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas-relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at
Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
You're quite welcome, dear. I hope you're able to pawn that old trinket. Of course, dear.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here. That's of course. What can I help you with? Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Of course. Wait, oh, that's right there, in the yard.
She's relieved someone has come for it.
What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Mart.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Just coast. There's a
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water everywhere.
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. No problem. Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Oh. Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything about that either.
Even if she didn't write it, she should clean it.
Okay. Of course.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
This Postlavantore mail collection box has been heavily vandalized. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut. There is a hollow ring as you kick the box. Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box. I don't.
He must see the box as the weaker of the two, and you as a bully. Something he doesn't stand for.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books,
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. That is a book. They have stories inside them.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it.
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But
Kind of you to offer, sir.
what could you do to help her anyway?
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir. Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather. No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. And the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime. And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Head? Yeah.
No, it's your resilience.
I'm not sure I understand. If you say so, sir. He's just a fictional character. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Those are unhappy books for most of them. These are not very common. Well, maybe then it's fine. That's really not a proper romance story. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flag. The girl is at a loss for words. She shifts and sways. Stop. There's no need for this. It's in your power to change the subject.
Maybe some about other books? Oh, kings and queens and generals. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. I don't know about that, but I imagine life is great when you're famous. Okay, sir.
You fail to deduce anything. She waits intently.
Come on, anyone would notice that.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for Braubritter is a fun game of economic
Who are you going to play board games with? Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Then you're a lucky man, officer. Children are the great... For playing with friends, I'd recommend suzerainty. It's a civilization... Lousy auras there. I've heard they turn people into a...
An endless variety of source books. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak. There's a box that says, "We're nonsense for anemic Beano-clads."
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies. Be welcome. And
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times. I am the proudest owner of our little...
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a...
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like... Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1...
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening. Good sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund. She's...
Slap the cuffs on her.
Oh, of course, officer. Good work. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
Goodness, you were already doing good. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compare...
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about...
Truth be told, not really. My sister, but you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories. I provide a valuable service. The truth is available if you just know where to.
She smiles and nods, seemingly. You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the pet.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtain. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here.
Lies. Rip them open. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting.
Hello again, esteemed officer. And well, I already told you, it's just a storage room. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books. It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Take it easy. You've broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain nothing.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%. The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's the curse of financial distress.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy. And they're malicious. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I...
Sounds familiar.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous. Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with...
Psychic arts? Sounds right down our alley. Time to fire up the old lie machine.
No.
The lieutenant looks at you, waiting. You've got this. Just go with it. This is elegant.
You're called... what? What is this, a joke, Mr. Police?
He turns away, not before you can see a small hint of a smile. He's struggling to not crack up.
Sir, I really don't have time for your jokes. The situation is very serious. Okay, but please, it's not good to talk about the curse.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy. Suit up. The woman before you scans the store. The curtains tattered with age. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash.
I warned you. You're unleashing.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens. What if you just break it down? Ow, shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Are you alright? This looked...
What is going on there? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you...
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and only an echo. No one is there. These shelves are overburdened with books from
Oh, crime! You're a police officer.
crime fiction. These books, what's more, not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't. You see, Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of Richard. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case. Yes, there's also the dame who did it. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Come on, this is not the way real police solve crimes.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it.
Gosh, why?
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that?
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick? Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, a worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to... Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? Then this is the book for you. This bookstore is not
Hey.
about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by the point of the book, and many others on this shelf. Various paranatural books. Amidst the various books, the point of the book, it serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the wholeness, unity, when it's up to your mind to heal you. The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. There's even a chapter on the ancient. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, A small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl. The book contains very little explanation on. The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik, or even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless. It is supposedly invigorating and good for. It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or among other benefits. It is alleged to restore a damaged for general health and well-being. These strolls, this is exactly what you need. I don't know. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligation. You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
Kuno's got this!
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Can't talk, pig! Shit's coming up strong! Throwing
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
We shouldn't do anything. You will see.
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Shitload pig. What you call?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
End of conversation. Very strong.
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
You're testing Kuno's.
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
Yeah, think about it.
He seems glad someone understood what he was going for.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're a
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
flow connects. Kuno feels it.
What?
Officer, this is very far from normal police.
For heaven's sake, he thinks. This has gone too far.
Okay, pig.
If this act was about him trying to establish dominance over you,
Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about...
the creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent.
Okay, pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want?
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. Andy's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of it.
Fuck no!
Kuno, they've almost...
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the fuck about it. You're testing...
Get lost!
You're dreaming, pig.
A little. But don't...
Don't let him dominate you, Kuno! Fuck his fat ass!
Yeah? The kingdom... Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't...
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs, maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have... 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes. 4. Standard work boot, number 45. You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prince. 5. Another standard work boot. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace. Same, impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gate is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the 8. And yet another standard work boot.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? $200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes. A woman or a kid? Okay.
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
Understood. Anything else? Interesting. Let's name it the Odd Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a... A week, maybe? 7 days...
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days...
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly. No. Hard to say. It's gone now. It's nothing. Someone just... This trash container is locked. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but the body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts. What do you mean, feel? We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno.
She means it. The fear is real.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me.
Don't be traumatizing her.
I'll die before I squeal. What's this kid shit?
Get the fuck out of it.
I'll die before I... Murder was the case, I'll die before I... You don't want to fuck with me.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the... The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More... Too late. It's impossible to keep it until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the...
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head, if you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache. There is freight nearby. There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a...
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Active decay.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing the debt.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out.
I thought as much. And are you...
Well, yes. Us and...
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please...
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Do I have a shaker in my hand?
He sounds irritated.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I smiling? Do you see me? That's right. I'm the cafeteria manager. I'm glad we cleared that. Was there anything else? Like what?
This trash container, with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops up. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobocop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content. There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive as that fat. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That's too bad, because none of those things are actually in there. There's just food waste and crisp wrappings. All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron. Only in its social...
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
You see milk and egg rest with a box falls into... Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage,
The victim's clothes? Cadaver odor is faint. If these belong, drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or emptied. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could...
The fuck's he on about, kids? You hear that, Coon?
See? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked.
The lieutenant nods. It's just organic waste. Nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging.
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? If you want to earn some change by guilting people, it's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? It's a metaphor below the pathetics. Terror. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping pieces together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, the surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you...
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will... All RCM vehicles have had lights.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to pay." Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of... Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next Word. Others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in an You like this grimy murdering, don't you? It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can...
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when, again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. I pray his loved ones never find... Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was work.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality.
No, actually. Any ideas?
Oh my god.
Ah, yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. They're not going to get it. They're Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest. Could you make it less poetic somehow? Just an... Okay. It's a good name, but it has something more concrete.
Usual is boring. We don't...
Great. That's great. That's actually what... I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good to be sorted.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. It's proving to be harder than expected. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back. You don't exactly... In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, a monetary penalization ranging. These are quite sinister in turn. A dozen pages of thin color of the irises. Yes, all that. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. Blue, the blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not sealed. With your hands, you four-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the... is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it up. A hot flash of rage comes over you. For a moment there, before it recedes. It's unjust, that's why. You can't... The ledger quivers in your hand. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out tool.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant, the dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rouse per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electric.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done.
The frequency tableau lights up. The soft purr of electrical kit.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I...
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle.
10-4, what's your status? Over. 10-18, 10-20, over. State your message, sir. Over. 10-9, repeat message. Over. 10-4, message received.
10-22, the captain. This sounds bad. Bad and scary. Like being called to the headmaster's office in school.
I just picked the sensitive rebuild. I didn't make a custom one. So I'm really stupid.
Is it him? What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge? This is communication office. You mean your partner? Over. What is he saying? He's asking who you are. I'm his goddamn partner. It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vitmar, sir. Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him.
Oh goddamn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vitmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
He's asking you to stop, says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Vitmar concurs, losing your badge is serious. Over. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Lying? Over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And...
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
Nothing is working.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before Sunday.
Vigmar said...
Who cares what this Vicmar said? Pull on their heartstrings. Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
I so want to pick that so bad. Oh, that's too funny.
Listen. It's okay. You can do it, sir. Over.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
You really need to get your shit together. This is nearing a complete meltdown.
Let us address them now, sir. Over. Okay, then...
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you...
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. Ten 9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over. Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner. Over.
What? What is it?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics. What? What is it?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Tell him to stop wasting...
What do you need, sir? Over. 10-4.
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent?
He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RC.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting time and be a goddamn policeman for a change.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vicmar says... So, was there anything else?
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
Come again, sir. I didn't get that. 10-9. Over. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact.
and it's not good. He's lost his badge.
Mac, the torso-torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage. A metallic drawer slides out from...
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Cold and heavy. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. It's robust, weatherproof, and lets you see. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handles.
This is the Capri Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you...
Motor carriage, motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises. Nothing, nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging.
A motorized vehicle, officer. I'm sure you are familiar with the concept? No, I'm afraid not. We have a murder case on our hands, remember? The Caprice motorcar does provide most of our patrol vehicles.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a...
Her voices fade out.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh.
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
There is no surprise in his voice. Only careless superior.
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the brain. Hard to tell exactly what it was over the phone. Could be a combination of... or, actually, it could be both, given your profile. Yep. Yes, probably in more...
You're detecting very little in the way of empathy.
Cut down on the drinking, pal. In fact, cut off the drinking. The drugs, too.
Oh, but speed. Sweet speed. It goes so well with alcohol.
That's because you're hungover. Even the radio waves coming from your direction smell like liquor. Do you feel like your eyes are twitching too? That's the tiny vessels pulsating from high blood pressure, stupid officer. You might be sustaining permanent damage to your vision as we speak. The busy kind. It's not life-threatening. Firewalker? Oh, yes, yes you are. Do exactly that. Put yourself out of your misery. Take a deep...
A glorious sight. Your body, tired from the vastness of the visions that haunt it.
I see third-degree burns and a referral to a plastic surgeon whom you won't be able to afford. And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile?
Sort of. But by God, does it burn in your chest.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that.
Accept it. The body is an object, and objects...
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another run? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D.
So it's political. You're being the...
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact,
It's not fucking cryo-actolate. It's super glue, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her no-
Received. Hold.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with...
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer.
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not... There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know whom.
You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words. Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else, not you.
I really don't want to talk about this. Maybe, I don't know. No, not me. What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The union would get angry. You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they...
Garbage.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock work.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to...
Push her further. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
You do? Oh. What else can I do for you? No, sorry. I don't. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really want to know?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. People tried to back away from you, or even slip out of the door. But you screamed, "I am the goddamned law, and you have to listen to me. You are all suspects in a murder investigation."
My God, that first one.
Me neither.
There is silence on the other end of the line.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you.
Somewhere in a dank rental apartment, two police officers stand in the dark. One of the men, trying not to slip on old newspapers, makes his way to the window and goddamn, Officer Michelle Elfboy Williams speaks to himself. His partner, Sundance Fisher, looks at the patrol uniform he's wearing, then at an identical suit frame.
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir. Clogging it completely. I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective? No, absolutely not.
Ouch. That's like 20 points of pride damage right there, buddy.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart. You know women and their constant problems. Yak, yak. That's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. What misogyny? I'm just telling things. You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
No. Oh, no, no, no.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer? Right.
10-4, come in. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Yes? What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? Do you want me? There's no 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller. Okay then. Was there anything else? Good. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like
I think Kim is a little sus, honestly.
from another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Our brigade's up the street. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Yeah, exactly. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need? Nope. Don't. Some of the other drivers do, though.
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You left the ask around.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. Huh? The bosses, man. makes sense.
Maybe don't tell people. The people they don't like are actually right.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in, or some pretty wild stuff I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around. Not my thing. Chasing
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient...
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Oh, high-grade narcotics.
Time to arrest him.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of...
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways above the general quarter, in the form of a raised motor to the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revish. You cannot see. It's out of this.
Excuse me? Man, I don't know what to say. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way. Waiting all the way in Diora. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou. What's it like? Good. And bad. What about you, Cop Man?
Is that what it is? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing? But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone. And don't be a stranger.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, not a good track record of mental health in that family. What did he do? High above you, the king stands. The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort. Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. No, this one is a monster in disguise. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave. Why? I just told you.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make... Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, we have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women with rights to work. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leader?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
What are you talking about?
Yes, he's tense and dangerous. Somewhere below it all.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring...
We are not picking a side in this. Just
pity.
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
What's it to you? Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches beats me, they mumble nonsense about board.
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much... He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the...
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastard... Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to... And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually.
Yes?
Scott?
What did he just call you? A just got away from that fucking kid.
Good one, officer. Don't worry. We here have solidarity with the RCM. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a... I walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible. Not yet, no.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Sure. Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing, though. Nothing to worry about, really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo. I'm always glad to help out when possible. You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organizer.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while every school of thought and government has failed in the city. But I love it nonetheless. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol.
I know exactly what you meant. You think but you see, I'm an officer of the RCM.
Silence. The air between them. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes.
Whatever you say, officers.
You could ask him to show you the soles of his boots.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that... God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. It's about biological determinism. Not the most popular topic nowadays. With
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read people who've studied these things say that. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate... The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Good. If we, the evening people...
Lieutenant Kitsuragi's stern expression remains oh no, not too happy.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the strike, they've been at apples. Yeah, apples.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
I salute you, compatriot. Defenders of the evening...
Whoa, jackpot. Racist jackpot.
Cigarettes are a tool. Equip them in your health slot in your inventory.
Been admiring the stompers, huh? Sure thing.
On the bottom of the man's boots, you see an intricate... The wind howls over the Bay of Revachol. A cascade of cold air flow.
It sure is. Custom made. Cost me a pretty penny for when the invasion comes.
It doesn't look like the lieutenant cares. He just makes a little note.
Aces! Good to know the laws. Hello, compatriot.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of...
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real. Welcome to Frit. Feel free to...
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got...
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish. No.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
I don't know. Frit? A 7 to 11 grocery store? I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone.
She looks up from her...
Yes. What we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself. I don't really know anything. I'm not really. No. I don't know, really.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for...
Okay. Uh-huh. Reality? You mean, what? I don't really know anything. I mean, yeah. That's why I'm working my arse off. I don't know. What about it? We're in Frit? As mankind, or as a nation, or... We're in Revachol, like, on the insulin. You're welcome? I don't know. Look at...
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
When ordinary people... Yeah, it happened like our government? Or do you mean something cool?
The tear machine stands in the corner.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some. Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled...
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, magnesium, and... Okay, don't, like...
colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth.
Guess not, no.
Good thing you're an unrecoverable.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Don't ask. Don't look. Don't know this. You will never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy beautiful alcohol.
Here you go, mister.
There it is, a brave little army in your pocket. You picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. People are watching. Already you regret it, looking at the pack.
You've passed up your chance to start smoking cigarettes for now, but don't worry. The option to start smoking...
Well, hello. So, what a solid can of mass-produced piss water. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container. Fine. Yes, it's not all of...
You've passed up your chance to...
When you said before that you were down with racism...
Well, now you've done it. Let's see if you can talk your way out of this one.
I suppose that's a relief. Just be careful how often you avail yourself of this technique. And one more thing. As you've seen, these sorts of attitudes are quite common in Martinez, so I expect this to happen again and again. I've had this conversation enough times in my life. From now on, I'm going to stay out of it. How you choose to respond is your business, but be careful. Now let's move on.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eye.
Oh my gosh, I have points to put in. Oops. I've been running around this whole time with no points in my tree. I am not sure how to use the ammonia.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated.
Oh, it automatically does it. +1 has ammonia.
Emitting it is all it. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Are you okay, officer?
The weight is reassuring, like a krenel.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. Monday, make sure you bring a handkerchief. No, this is a two-man assignment because you need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the week.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Fuck does Kuno care?
What's going on? He's an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons.
Trying to fuck at the Kuno?
Kuno gonna fuck you!
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to...
Yeah, like a fucking volcano.
You're lucky you didn't die there.
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you. What are you? Like 80, right? Kuno doesn't fucking care.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. An off-key melody starts playing.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid game. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken and the...
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the door. Just seeing the words Andro Orlando gets your hackles up. Its very existence is a threat to your masculine. All you hear is static. You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens. You wait for a minute or two, but looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a light. You hear static from the intercom speaker.
Yes, hello. This is Tracy Penn. Have you come to place an order? My God.
The lieutenant exchange.
It's you.
It's a woman, and she knows. No.
Ever since I came to work here,
A spot of static overrides her.
it's so nice.
She sounds like the cold is deep under skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore. Another seagull passes by.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 names. No. Hold on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotion. Silence. No one's home silence. Silence. Nothing happens after you. Silence. No, this button looks new, but someone has removed the name.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. Just a second. Sylvie Malaika on the line. Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, Detective?
You hear the...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 50...
In the cabin, you... The worn and beaten wooden
We can sit on benches after.
You can revisit the bench.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every...
René, you're a man with a...
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're all...
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and... No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, an embodiment of pure motion. Behold the fear and confusion reflecting in the eyes of some. Would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem? I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull. No, we are not good, goddammit. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You always say good. Mistakes are forgiven.
Just talk. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention.
Unfortunately, I don't. In Martinez, cop is a pejorative term. If I knew, I would not be afraid.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present.
Yes, I do. Fire. Why what? Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country. Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, cult. Sadly, no. Should have fought dirty. Like, because this place is a damn beachhead. Yes.
He finds your lack of history.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 foot. This here is blood ground.
Blood ground.
Don't get me wrong. Damn right, son.
He approves of this radical approach.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martin.
Well, it's your hand down for.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the. What do you think? I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of, I would have preferred if they.
This royal failure weighs heavy.
Instead, all that is just, holy. This is just what the commies wanted. Damn Frisell. He was a king, a true king, in both blood and mind. This was Reign as a king.
Soon, they will forget everything.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's borders when it happened. When
all you observe.
This is the uniform of the royal.
Don't you mean
You do not speak his name.
There's something you missed.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a
Cocaine. Cocainum.
A superpower. Fear decisively. Without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is some. Elysium is only as strong as it.
Don't get started on that.
The Carabinier doesn't. No one and nothing can change.
Oh, Old Philip was a.
You can't even. That's why.
I'm satisfied with.
Of course.
Philip III was even.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
Please, officer, don't encourage him.
Yes, indeed. We're not.
Right.
Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist. This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. The metal feels cold and wet. A thick layer of graffito covers under the graffito. The church looks old and weather-worn. This coin-operated viewer is facing south. Your money disappears into the coin slot. The curtains on the display open. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens. It looks as if it was its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind. The little brave birch tree.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no... So many walls all over my... Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. What a solid can of mass-produced piss water. Well over... Wow. The gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have... Oh yes, the chest pain and the dizziness. You've suffered long enough. Fine. Yes, it's not all of...
You've passed up your...
Are you trying to sneak up on pigs come to take me out? Trying to snuff me out? Then why are you sneaking up on me?
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your...
Remnants from the revolution. These are perhaps a crime of a sort ages ago. Not much.
There must be another way into the building.
Oh my god, that was loud.
So much for a quiet smoke. I knew I should have quit.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her...
Good afternoon, officers. Joyce L. Messier. I represent Phaeton, my maiden name. I meant you, the Revachol citizens. Nothing, honestly.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk?
Of course you're not. It was only a joke. I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition.
Why, yes I am. Of course there are. We're on... Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou. We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou. I haven't seen anyone else drive a...
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued. It's for crossing long distance.
Neither is this. A toy...
She's having a good time arguing against the law.
The boat? No.
The word, it, feels strange. A breeze ripples through the cells and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that,
Okay. How about Cord? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Elysium. What? I think I'll stick with the factory name. It's a pleasure craft. My sloop?
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has...
I really do, the lieutenant thinks.
Officer,
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's...
I just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part... The other time, I would have finished the race were it not...
Actually, you don't. The Wayfarer Act specifically denies the RCM the authority to demand anyone's operator license. It's a little-known fact.
About the boat? Good. What we do? The Pines' core competency, and that is the terminal. Another subdivision. I'm not at liberty to discuss...
$1 billion?
20 billion is a large number. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pine. They started as centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into... You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners? Who are responsible for moving...
She nods.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. Good luck, it's only kept in place.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act...
But I am derailing us. I believe the official...
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. What can I say? The Union employs a giant... Let's say...
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February.
But the strike began in...
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over...
This isn't the first time.
Heavens, no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the Union won. Mr. Clare told him to... Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Yes.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
There are leaflets everywhere. Every worker, a member of the board. In its defense, another said, demand democracy. It's quite simple, you see. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of... That may well be. It's not up to me to... I'm not sure. Now...
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about...
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to...
This checks out.
The scabs? You mean the huddled if they were organized by Wild... Everard Clare is a man of... Of course not. Everard is... He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen. Yes. Edgar looks exactly like it. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. Organized labor at it...
A mob.
Refreshingly honest. And your opinion, detective? If I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Of course, officer. I'm glad you asked.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, downright haunting. If you're... The point of the presentation is...
Thank you for your concern, ma'am.
Of course. How else can I help? Quite a few things. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer...
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his back.
How curious. Why is that?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh dear.
As I said, ma'am, his technique...
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't...
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to just...
You're in, but expect
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's...
they're profiting from this trip.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority, or you can...
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey, yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan. You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people. Okay, not in so many words. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get... Very well. I guess no one will build communism. Did someone mention cocaine? Are we doing cocaine? No. Anyone? Anyone else? There's one.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she...
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
I'm sure you will, Detective. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate. Briefly. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large. You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy. Look at that lady. Take a... Why, yes. Tucked away. Wow, dull orange pearl. Now look at you. You misery-clad simian. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... You think your little communism... Oh God, the lieutenant is here too.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Voila, you're doing it. Really put your back into it. Yell it from the top of your lungs.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. The wind is a bit strong. Could you repeat that? Why, yes, I am rich.
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
That's a good sum. Not too small. Not fantastic.
She removes a few notes and hands. Whoa, whoa! Did you see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Can you eat honor?
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
You're right, ma'am, that donations are permitted under the emergency...
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM to... It's quite straightforward.
Ingredients for what?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Yes. After...
Wild Pine seems to be...
We're in logistics. It's our... Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dockworkers Union. Still, unlikely officer. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries... I'll be explicit. If you
You'll be indebted to her, in a way. But one step ahead of the Union in another.
The two...
Or not. Though, if you...
As eager as I am to share it, we did.
We know the company has launched its own...
Well, here's your... No. We asked East Motor Track. This is a limited time. Thousands of...
Well...
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track.
I am sorry for the inconvenience. How do you think they're fine?
There was a shakedown.
With all due respect to these... Precisely.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly...
Yes? Excellent. It may come to nothing. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way this reality. Ah, yeah.
Don't be phased, madam.
We may be here a while then.
All right, you're in. Begin with the first one. You'll appear worldly. It remains a mystery what you mean by this. Something close. A strange coldness comes over you as you...
We're in Martinez. A casual term of endearment, popular. Martinez is a... You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgot? I would be happy to. What is a preposterous... A bird? Some sort of... krill hunter? Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at or two. A pre-revolutionary tenement. This one used to be 8 to... Mostly the...
Splat, splat.
Wonderful. What I am not...
Everyone wants to talk about themselves.
These are... unimportant for the big...
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
All men are predators, dear. The revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so. Those would be the...
She's not gloating.
Oh, and the Did they ever?
Yeah, it was a curve.
Yes. Oh, lots of people. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. Yes. Him and tens of thousands of the liberals got the mineral rights. Liberals argued some were rich enough. They didn't win to foreign intervention. The liberals took the coalition of nations.
There is bitterness in her voice.
The moralists, at least not...
The rulers of...
This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same... Of course. The turn of the revolution... It wasn't a who from Revachol. Why?
Something tells you her life and yours are not that simple.
No doubt. But we share the same time, a city.
The clatter.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol. Modernity. 43 years. The 20s. The 30s? No. Welcome to reality, baby.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control. You can...
I've no right to be dissatisfied. We could have had so much more. Good question.
No. Her first. A cold creeps up your spine, reaching its tendrils up your neck.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with the technology 50 years ago?
The wind stops, and for a moment,
It's all yours.
A poor remedy for prion disease. That was the Kupri.
Opinions expressed here do not
And what is your...
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution.
Understandable. They are what they... Anyway, enough sentimentality.
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
I am the vilest of the vile. I am an old...
It's sharp.
ultra-liberal. It's a type of liberal. From the revolution. It's... No. Not like me. Are you liberated enough to...
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth. Forgive her, but only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green.
I do hope so. When the dust settled, the liberals were the... With due respect...
While a gentle wind sweeps the...
I would not have really... Then for my...
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes.
Perhaps. Yes.
Seditious talk, man.
Yes. It's a neural...
She conveys it in short.
Well, it's either back... That seems...
What this boils down to... Wait. This reality thing is the only game in town. It's probably in your... She stares at you, head tilted to the side, with a slight...
The girl in the old lady rags looks like a sullen and Yes. You and I belong... She prefers a fantasy world. An infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. Young people who die there. All right. What next? Glad to have been of assistance. Of course, detect.
Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a Oh, yeah. Like a horse. Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh, and that's just what it's like. Life and death. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter, and you didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. Sure. Are you rich? That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and That's right. Every time you wipe your ass, 98% of all your money. What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick? It's all about the tax issue, hustler. No other problem in the world. Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Oh no, what a solid cat. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol. Fine, yes, it's not all of us.
You've passed up your chance.
There it is, a brave little army in your... You picked the best one. Get a load of this rock and roll repercussions. There's a high risk of... It will help you concentrate a bit. It only lets you concentrate because you're in nicotine. Blah, blah, blah. Boring. Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head, body, and...
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a cigarettes button. Cigarettes gives +1 to intellect.
A sturdy metal door. The door rattles against your knuckles. The door rattles again.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. Now, the police. Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No. Go check the backyard door.
Backyard door.
Madame, I assure you, we are...
There is no reply. The door rattles.
Stop banging on the door. The police. No. Go check the
Backyard door.
Look at me when I'm talking to you. The streets will flow red once more.
The streets will not flow.
I'm Cindy the fucking... And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell. The woman on the boat does not.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her. On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world. It's swear they grow whores like her. Have you got a crush on her? Can't you tell? I haven't really. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti? We rarely see people.
She wants it to be something true. And
This place is I thought I'd mix it up, yeah? Thanks.
you've lessened her desire to deface the building.
I ain't no snitch.
Actually, there is a shortage of.
We weren't put on this earth. What's your...
You see a young man.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. There's no trouble. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarme.
It's the god of cigarettes and you. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Apologies, but this is my life.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat.
All right, but make it quick. Once my name?
Martin Martinez. Good local name. Let's go with that.
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme.
We will remove the body as soon as possible.
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you? No, not you two.
And when did you speak to this more...
Last week? I don't know. Look.
You didn't answer the question.
It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. He doesn't reply. Gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes. And
No. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side.
Trash?
Please don't go.
Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know. He could be a witness. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way...
Must be another way into the building.
A sturdy This could be a way into the apartment building.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability. But in
I know my rights, and don't you
Miss, would it help if we offered...
Hold your horses. I don't care about your stinking badge. Just...
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I already told you I don't care about any badges. I'm fine.
You're still worried.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman? I'm no one. If you can call it living, it's barely bigger than a closet.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the...
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry. Pea-brain, someone played a trick on you. Martinet.
Oops. You really didn't...
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness.
Yes. I know who...
Somewhere in the building, A child starts crying.
What's he in trouble for? Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment.
Ask away, police. The artiste? Nothing I can do. She leaves an old lady to her business.
She mumbles some kind of a response. You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops abruptly. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have a reason to.
This door has been closed with a padlock. It's a solid lump of metal. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. What are you doing? You need to get your tools out, man. This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snapped.
After you, detective.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting. He's known as the father of scientific communism, also known as Masovianism. I suspect that's there aren't many communists.
This door is made of metal and appears to be number 28. This is...
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? Tomorrow, 9 p.m.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding... Remember, tomorrow, he's... You hear someone walking around inside a poor communard from...
Do I have to open it? Do you have a what?
Let's go. We don't have...
Give me a moment.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are. Yes, Uncle Maynard. Huge.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels?
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Or what? You'll push me off this ledge and pry the bucket from my dead hands?
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should not familiar in a good way, you might say. Crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, "Good question. There is no answer or secret drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with a Tutti Frutti wrapper." You carefully fold the wrapper into... The dented yellow mailbox. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast ocean utterly through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your you have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. No, no. Don't sing the happy song. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my stuff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. The trash collection service, CS...
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who I...
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck.
Thank you anyway.
Yes. Absolutely.
You wait and see, Cafeteria. Absolutely. In the question. You see a heavy still. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue. The cobalt blue surface. The door does not.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Eccentric. But okay, I suppose...
He's not bothered by your eccentricity. He seems genuinely intrigued himself.
Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes?
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got... Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Pay me.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. All the doors lock automatically at 9 p.m. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have...
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Yes. Guess what's yours? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? What? Jealous of the sorry? They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type. Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Wow. Okay. Fuck off. You see ahead the cobalt blue surf.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Oh, yes, that door, sure. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job... So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. After the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
The worker, isn't it? Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand. The man does not mind.
You've just picked up some magnesium.
The door is closed. Still, nothing the lieutenant gives you. You should punch a fucking hole in it. The murmur in your ears. This is the door to the room you...
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM? I have a cigarette every night when I go over my note.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
You're cold, detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night. You mean this? This isn't cool. It's,
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day. Well, you were so hungover that you couldn't keep it down when we approached the hangman. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great. It's not my job to evaluate your method. We weren't able to find the union leader, Evrard Claire, much less interview him. We tried to interview the White Pants rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those heels. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Thank you for the compliment. We could manage it even in wooden clogs. There are uncanny.
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently. The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really yes, although indirectly. Officers of the RCM, we can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, you can't. Those who don't show up.
When power calls you,
we are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was not a good position to be. Yes. The last.
There is a slight.
That's an improbability.
Of course you've killed people. It's somewhere down there.
Precinct 41 is known for...
He's not judging you. He's respectfully acknowledging the difference.
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Courant and Adel. Yes. The international RCM was formed by the... Or perhaps it is better to say we were alone. Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the Moralist International are the world's largest political... They're a union of center-left and... What do they believe in? They are DeLoreans. A historic figure?
For you, she is something painful.
Interesting question. It's
something ominous. Something even a little feminine.
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on... Do you? We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop. But
the lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red, the dying lights of the sick. This soldier is the highlight of the day.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union. We run this city. West of the Rib, it's incredibly hard. Human being, me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
This fan has has it been? The switch must be broken, because nothing happens. The bed is cold and not particular.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your... And then sleep doesn't come. Obviously, you're in bed with your... Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. It barely covers your toes. Stretching under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still... Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union, your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. You know who I am. Reality will turn... Do you remember the warmth of her thighs? Between her legs and in her
stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle. Tell me, where are your friends? Human being? No, it's gone. You found everything. The pail and the years. You really dropped the ball, Harry. No, you haven't. You'll just sleep talk. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductive. You're trying to what? I can't hear you.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this... Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
This fan has two or has it been consigned there as punishment? The switch must be broken. The switch must be broken. Good going, buddy. Oh, just a dream. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Suit yourself. Slow. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the... A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, the faucet is quite terribly mangled. You handle the chain cutters deftly. I told you that you needed those chain cutters. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it. Still not happening. It won't come off that easy.
I'm gonna get off here. Take a break. I've been on this for a while, so. Alright, thank you for watching.